Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. I was just watching this redacted. Good, they're real good. And I kind of skipped a couple things, but they're talking about having a meeting for the next pandemic, and they already, cholera, which is a big thing. I believe cholera is big in Haiti, like places like Haiti and everything. And Bill Gates and the WHO and all, they try to control it. And I'm gonna let them speak, and then I'm gonna just bring out some scriptures. But while people believing whatever they're believing right now, partying, bullshitting, whatever, this man is not, I repeat, he's not taking a break, he's not taking a break. And it's kind of dawned to me why they don't take breaks, because yes, they are the wicked, but there's a team of them, okay, and all of them, despite their differences, they're all trying to accomplish one ultimate goal, and that ultimate goal is to bring in a new world order. So I bring this up for a reason. So you have on the left hand side of the Lord, them going ham, all right, not sleeping, just trying to find ways to make everybody's lives miserable and get their order and their new world order intact. But on the right hand side, now, brothers are constantly putting up videos, constantly doing something. So there's a great battle that's being taking place. Matter of fact, let me get this before I read this. Let me see. Can't sleep. Or wicked in bed. Let me see. Maybe it's an apocrypha. I know it's something. Let me see. Wicked. No. Isn't that wicked in bed? Oh, can I rest? Let's see. Type in. Nope. Well, actually, I could bring this on up for the time being. Isaiah 57:20 says, "But the wicked are like the troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt." But it's not the scripture I was looking for. But the next verse says, "There is no peace, saith the Most High, to the wicked," which is kind of perfect. So they can't rest. They always in trouble because they bring in trouble. Let me see if I can find it. Damn it. Type it in, Apocrypha. It's a long shot. I have to get this one out before I play the video. I'm sorry. This was Sirach, right? Forgive me. I have to get this. I have to get it. Okay, now it's coming to me. I think it's in Psalms. But I just gotta word it right. You have to word it right. Let me see. Type in I don't know. I'm just typing. No, I know I'm probably wrong, but nope. All right, let me Slovakia. Let me get the other ones and then I'll go from there and I'll play it. I'm probably gonna Proverbs 29:2. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn." All right. The scriptures also says that a wicked prince, pretty much destroys his people. That's in Proverbs as well. But then you got Sirach, the 10th chapter tells you that a wicked prince or a wicked king, a ruler, destroyeth his own people. Okay, so you have a lot of things. The one I'm looking for, I'm gonna find it. Lord willing. Let me let this thing play out and then let this lady say what she's saying.
To vote at the 77th World Health Assembly in 2024. So speak now or forever hold your peace about what you think about this. Recall when we went over the draft 2 weeks ago, here are some of the things that I expressed concern over from the actual document is that it gives the World Health Organization the power to define the next pandemic, determine lockdowns. It gives them surveillance power. It allows them to determine treatments, mandate vaccines, control vaccine distribution, control vaccine IP and who profits from it, and also sort of redistribute everything because they can say what constitutes an emergency and what constitutes a threat. They can call out climate change, global conflict, and illness, which in fact they are doing right now with cholera. And I'm going to show you.
Margaret Smith in our...
So you heard everything she just said, right? So they already have certain controls, but they want more control. So they're providing the atmosphere to control everything. While everybody's busy now, today's topic was the Silicon Valley Bank. So now everybody's worrying about the banking system, okay? Everything is a distraction. Everything is to distract you from whatever. This he's a magician. All right. Everything is a distraction, so that way you don't know what's really going on. So as the world is concerned about one thing, by higher inflation, lack of this, lack of that, they plotting everything. So the next one, which they've been plotting, they've been they got all their plans in motion, everything. It's just that it has to be a live thing. And that's the difference. That's the only difference. Okay? It has to be live. They do things in films, like a man said that it said movies are not movies, movies are documentaries. So everything they already plotted out, they sorted it out. But now they gotta bring it in live fruition, in person to everybody. All right, so I'm gonna let her talk this more.
That says Tedros, of course, who's the head of the WHO,
Yes.
could not get a handle on or control 3 cholera outbreaks in Ethiopia.
Okay.
because they don't want the control. They want to spread their madness. All right. People have this misconception that these people actually give a damn. They never give a damn. They built these organizations to control everything so that they could destroy the end results. All right. It's all about the end results, which the end results right now is they got the CDC, which all diseases in there, and they got the WHO, which is going to tell the people what's good for them and what's bad for them. They built organizations like FDA, right, which is supposed to be the government making sure everything is clean, good to go. And everybody that's working for the FDA always have been working for these private companies. And with these all private companies, which were shady, all right, and they still get away with murder. So it's all about control. It's all about the delusion of that they care. Okay, and that's what it is.
That's a fair point because he is from Ethiopia,
Right.
And so let's talk about how they're using this language around Ethiopia. Also, one thing from the CA Plus that gave us pause in a big way was this idea of an infodemic. These are the things that were still in draft when they entered the meeting last week. Maybe they've defined them since, but we still don't know because I have not seen their edits. We still only know that they have yet to define these terms. The most upsetting to me is the word infodemic or interpandemic. You choose which one you like or don't like here. We're just sharing. This is a safe space. Now, this was part of the draft document that they were working on in closed doors. And we know that we don't know exactly how far they got, but what they gave us in a press release today showed us that they have about 300 amendments to what they've got so far. It says that this is an effort to make the world safer from communicable diseases and ensuring greater equity in the global response to public health emergencies. They say governments have been working to ensure consistency and alignment across the INB and IHR process, with proposed amendments will also be presented to the World Health Assembly in 2024 and would, together with future pandemic accord, provide a comprehensive, complementary, and synergistic set of global health agreements. So they want to make rules for everybody, all countries. Already, President Biden had expressed enthusiasm for this idea last year. We have no reason to suspect that he is not all in on whatever it was that they concluded in that meeting, unless a bill passes that would prevent him from doing so, like the one introduced in the Senate last week called the No WHO Pandemic Preparedness Treaty Without Senate Approval Act. It does have the potential to stop the president from doing this, but a bill like this died last year. So we're not hopeful, but who knows? Now, meanwhile, yes, go ahead.
Really quick, I just want to throw in there. It's like they're saying that this is so open and giving and caring and all that, but one of the main lines is protecting the IP.
Yes.
It's like that is like counter to it being open, and this is a global pandemic. We want to save the world, but we got to focus on the IP because that's very important.
One of the things we talked about is that it requires all kinds of surveillance and tracking and reporting. But when it comes to the IP of a vaccine, it's very heavy on the word suggests. Like, pharmaceuticals should or are suggested to work together and share the IP with world governments. They don't have to at all. They're loose and fast with that language. So, in the last, I would say, 2 months, we've reported on different things that the World Health Organization continues to warn us about with increasingly strong language. We talked about Marburg virus. I refer you to that piece. We've already talked about fungus, right?
Right.
And so this week it's cholera. The Telegraph.
Now, before she talks about the cholera, there's a TV show, and I'll just tell you, spoiler alert, but the TV show is based on fungus, and this fungus, which is extremely dangerous, right? Remember, everything is not a movie or show, it's all a documentary, and a bacteria, which is they're gonna talk about cholera. I believe cholera is a bacteria, but that show in particular is dealing with a fungus that pretty much has everybody in a messed up state. Okay, so this so happens that is just something that's just there. They just want to put, So everything this man is doing, of course, is plotted out. It's not masterful, but it's just plotted out. And he put it in his films to let people know exactly what is going on. Then he turns around and tells people, "Oh, this information." Okay, so let this
reported today that the WHO is now warning that at least 30 countries have seen an outbreak of cholera. But you might think cholera is a waterborne
out of the blue, right? And then what's going on over here? So
disease that's usually preventable with clean water, and you would be right. But the
with clean water. So what did they just do recently? They poisoned the waters. All right, all this mishaps of these train derailments, and the train derailments so happens to be around a great body of water. Okay, that's not by accident. And then the great body of water, with the main rivers that supply plenty of households of water, right? And I'm just talking about America now. So now they have everything in place with the WHO and the elites to pretty much deem whatever they seem necessary or unlivable, and they're going to seize these things. All right. So everything's in motion, man. That's what showing this man's a devil. And the scripture says, "Why in Wisdom of Solomon, by their law, all right, they do certain things."
WHO is saying that this is an outbreak from a polycrisis. Do you remember this word?
Yeah, so this was the World Economic Forum. This was Klaus Schwab's new polycrisis that we are now facing. It's not just one crisis, it's going to be a polycrisis.
Which means they need the power for to control a lot of different things in order to prevent this polycrisis, which could be cholera, which is a horrifying disease. We're not minimizing cholera at all, but we reported on this word when it popped up in WEF documents on February 2nd, if you want to seek out that segment. And here is now that word being used in practice in the Telegraph today. It says cholera should be easily preventable and strikes only the most vulnerable who have no access to clean water or health care. This makes it a barometer of poverty as well as effectiveness of basic sanitation and health care, said this person. Many countries were facing a polycrisis where factors like poverty, displacement, crumbling infrastructure, natural disasters, and conflict all heighten the risk of cholera, she said. So then it goes on to tell us exactly what are the three things that it thinks are contributing to the outbreak of cholera: climate change, conflict, and COVID. So these are the three things that the World Health Organization needs power to control because of a polycrisis.
So
you see the rhetoric here, right?
I do, and what's
So they're going to use everything to keep in control of everything. This man's a devil. All right, he's causing all this chaos in the world, and with all this chaos that's in the world that he's causing, he wants to control the narrative of this chaos. Sure, that's why we do things what we say what we say. All right, because this man's a devil. Psalms 64. I start on 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh, and my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." All right. Let's look up the word insurrection. It's a thought and company. So a company of men, and the Hebrew word is ragash. A company of men plotted out procedure by procedure. Okay, they even got the nerve to have cards. Okay, and put everything in play what they're going to do. So everything is in motion the way they want it. All right. And they trying to overthrow what the Lord established. This is why they haven't what are quote unquote natural disasters, water supply, wars, famines, all in one places. All right. Throughout the whole world. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So they wetting their tongue, they sharpening their tongue by their wordage. All right. They wetting it by the simple words. They put it black and white, and they go by a protocol of what to do, how to do things. All right, even things that does not benefit anybody. This is what they're doing. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, which is Israel. Okay, the poor, the meek, the lonely. So they pass laws to go attack the poor. You live in a certain zone, which is bad enough, but when a natural disaster comes along, they're gonna take everything from you. That's why this man's a devil. All right. Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter, and that's what they're doing. They encourage themselves. Okay. Because this is the time they believe in their hearts. They can do whatever they want, however they want it. So everything that we've been saying, this man's about to show his true horns. All right. He's about to show his true horns, and he's going to justify what he's going to do to the people by his laws. All right? By his laws, which he cooked up in the book. There was no voting for any of this crap. It's all an agreement of the people that's in power. That's all it is. All right? It says, the commune of laying snares privately, they say, who shall see them? All right. That's what the scripture says about the accuser of thy brethren. All right. The accuser of thy brethren. Let me see Micah 2:1. It says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. This is what I was looking for, but it's close. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. So a lot of things is going on. People don't even know what's going on. All right? Because it's in the power of these men's hand that they're establishing what they're establishing. I think this might be it. Let's see what it says. Psalms. I'll get that later. That's a good one. Let me look at one more. Yep. Psalms 140, sorry, 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart continually. Are they gathered together for war? So, while people believe in you got your guard down, these people are at war with you. They war to take away all the rights, your liberty that you have. They're willing to take all that from you because it's in the power of their hands. That's what the scripture says. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Okay, the power is in the power of their hands, and they have the rules, but they want to go to war with people because they know people are going to fight back, and they've been at war with everybody since the beginning. They've been attacking all of us since in the spiritual world. Before we came into the physical, they've been attacking our parents. And then when we was young, they was attacking us as well. So they've been at war with everybody, man. They have sharpened their tongues like serpent adders, poison under their lips. It's a lie. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me, cause they have spread a net by the wayside. Have they set gins for me, Selah? I said unto the Lord, Thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplication. O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the strength of my salvation that has covered my head in the day of battle. Because we are at war. All right. Revelations, I'll just get it real quick. 12 and 17, it says, and the dragon the dragon is what? The Roman Empire, which is Esau Edom system. All right. Because who he was going to war with at that particular time? He was going to war with Israel. This whole chapter, Revelation, the 12th chapter, that's what it speaks about. Okay? This beast-like system. Okay? These draconian laws is being passed. That's what's happening. These draconian laws are being passed, which is going to take all people's rights from them. Okay? But this particular thing is speaking about the dragon going against Israel. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. So we've been at war for a long time. All right. In particular, the elect. It says, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach. So this man Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and then went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. All right. When you take peace, what do you have? War. All right. And it's not just international war. It's neighborhood war, within the family war, your mind war. He's going to war with everybody. All right. He's going to take everything from everyone. And it says, and that they should kill one another. And it was given unto him a great sword, which was those ICBM nuclear missile. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard a third beast say, come and see. And I behold, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balance in his hand. That black horse is what? The famine. All right. Who's causing the famine? The same mother effers. So we in the stage of this right now. All right. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, measure of wheat for a penny. So your daily bread is what you do for that day is going to be enough to feed you. All right. That's inflation. It says, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see that I heard not the oil and the wine, which the oil and the wine is talking about the scriptures. The Lord is allowing all these things to happen, but the scriptures to keep intact for the elect. All right. And then when he had opened the 4th seal, I heard a voice of the 4th beast said, come and see. And look, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. Who's bringing death? Esau. And hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with the hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So this man is using everything that's his arsenal to bring in massive death. All right. So with that, No one of your brothers was edified. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.